going on, guys? This is the King Hunter channel, another episode Clash Royale, and in this episode let's do a follow-up to the deck that we were using in the previous episode. You guys remember that we removed the Ice Wizard from this deck. I don't know which name we can use. Please post in the commentary section and let me know which name should we use for this deck, because I've been using this one quite a lot. I mean, it's just remarkable. It's victory after victory. It's just so good. It's been working like a charm, especially after removing the Ice Wizard. Surprising, right? Probably because the rotation that the Ice Spirit is giving me is much better than the Ice Wizard itself. I mean, I can do pretty much the same with Zap and the Ice Spirit, right? But like I say, I'm more happy than anything is the fact that we're not using any legendary cards in this deck, and it's still rocking. Let's go and check it out. A couple battles. Battle number 1, here we go. Frozen Pick, Britney Spears, Fireball, Musketeer, Zap against Goblin, Royal Giant, Inferno Tower, and Zap. Royal Giant, you gotta be ultra careful if you play with this deck against a Royal Giant deck. For example, right now I'm getting attacked by Royal Giant plus minions, which is trouble. But what I decide to do, I decide to wait for the minions to get close to my arena tower before deploying my Ice Spirit and also my Skeletons. That was the only way to stop that combo. Now look at the Bomber. The Bomber is just ridiculous, man. Anyway, so let's focus on this. We got the Musketeer attacking with Britney Spears, second Musketeer joining the party, and now we're gonna deploy some Skeleton and Ice Spirit. Every single of those units is extremely cheap, and as you can see, we were able to counter the Fire Spirit that were actually on their way to kill my Musketeer. We did plenty of damage to the tower in the top left corner. Let's get ready one more time. I haven't shown my Prince yet, and that's one of the things that I try to do when I play with this deck, right? I'm trying to keep the Prince for the last second, just in case. Alright, let's do some Barbarians to stop the Royal Giant. One more time, the Bomber. The Bomber is just a killer. The Bomber can easily take care of all my Barbarians and also Britney Spears. And Zap, well, yeah, exactly. But now is the turn of the Prince. We can deploy the Prince, a couple of Skeletons, and look at all the damage that we're gonna do. It's just crazy. I mean, the Prince is, I think in the previous patch, not the last one, in the previous one, I received a bonus, I believe it was like a 10% plus in damage or something like that. It was a percentage like that. Since then, it's a monster. It's a monster, and it helped me a lot, especially countering Valkyries. Valkyries, as you guys know, is a really popular card in combination with the Hog Rider and Poison. It's one of the most popular decks right now, right? So the Prince is actually helping me big time to take care of that combo without any issues. Okay, Hog Rider is doing some crazy damage with those minions, and let's see if we can do some counter. The tower in the top left corner is completely dumb, so I don't even need to worry about it. I can use Zap to take care of business, and the Fireball right in the middle between the tower and the Inferno Tower in order to do extra damage. Look at my Prince. Look at my Prince. Stopping and bothering the Hog Rider like crazy. And the Skeletons are so useful. So useful. I've been a huge fan of the Goblins. I've been using Goblins like all the time. But I decided to swap to, instead of using Goblins, and using Skeletons. The main reason is because they're super cheap, and they help really. I mean, I can use the Skeleton just to counter some of the most popular cards right now. For example, Sparky. I can also counter Mini P.E.K.K.A. Easily. The battle's almost over. The tower in the top left corner is gonna go down, either with a Fireball or Zap. And I think Fireball is gonna end this battle. Victory's always in overtime. Let's go for the next battle. Battle number 2, here we go. Now we're gonna start with Zap, Fireball, Britney Spears, and Ice Spirit. My opponent, Arrow, Musketeer, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and the Prince. Yeah, that's actually a really powerful combo, so we need to be ultra careful and see how we're gonna deploy our units. Here comes the Prince. We're gonna use Britney Spears, probably the Ice Spirit. That wasn't the best way to deploy it, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, the Ice Spear helped me and actually provides some extra support to Britney Spears in order to take care of the Prince. Now we are charging back, and my Prince and Musketeer are probably capable to stop that Giant. Now that we know that my opponent has the Giant, I need to start pushing as fast as possible because I don't want my opponent to have all the cards on his hand or her hands in order to counter some of the cards that I have. And if you have a combination, for example, Giant with a Wizard or with Sparky, you don't want to see the combination on the battlefield at all. You have to counter that as soon as possible. Let's start pushing now. Like I mentioned before, we're gonna start getting a little bit aggressive, okay? Musketeer first. The Prince is coming. Probably Skeletons can help me. We can use Sap or Fireball. Fireball right there in the middle between the Prince and the tower. We did some extra damage, and now let's see if we can survive this counter attack with minions and also the Prince just using the Ice Spirit and Britney Spears. Not bad at all. We received some damage, but it wasn't as critical as you probably guys thought. Alright, so things are looking just alright. 1 minute and 23 seconds to go. My tower in the bottom left corner is under heavy fire, but we're gonna start pushing one more time. I don't wanna see my opponent put in the Giant combo on the battlefield. Even if they're probably gonna capable to do it, right? For example, right now the Giant is here, but I have my Prince in position with the Musketeer, so the Giant is not doing any damage, right? It's not even a factor in this battle, which is good. It's good for me. Okay, so we got Musketeer against Musketeer. Here comes Britney Spears to provide some support, and maybe it's time to deploy another Musketeer and get the combo ready. We can use either Musketeer with Barbarians. We can. Oh, look at this! Here come the Prince and minions from the other side, and look how useful are the Skeletons. You see, the Skeleton helped me big time. I was able to stop that attack with the minion horde and the Prince, just using the Skeletons, Ice Spirit, and Sap. Crazy damage. Alright, so now we have the advantage. Mini P.E.K.K.A is coming this way. One more time, Skeleton using as a decoy. You see, they're completely distracting the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And here comes the Giant for the first time. He's crossing the river, but not for too long. The battle is almost over. Fireball, if he's gonna be able to do much damage. Let's see. And the minion is coming, pushing from here, and the victory, it's ours. Let's go for the last battle of this episode. Let's go, battle number 3, Frozen Peak. And let's see, Minion Horde, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Witch. Ugh. Elixir Collector, that's no good. We're gonna start with the Sap, Barbarians, Ice Spirit, and also the Prince. Let's be a little patient. Usually if I have the Musketeer, I'm gonna be starting the offense, but if not, I'm trying to wait for a little bit. I don't wanna get caught in a counter attack. For example, right now I'm pushing for it because I saw the Elixir Collector, so that told me, well, you know what, it's probably a good idea to start pushing. I don't want my opponent, whoa, that perfect fireball, I don't want my opponent to feel too comfortable, right? I don't want my opponent to build an economy, so that's why I decided to push, even when the combo between Barbarians and Goblins is not the best. It's so easy to counter with Valkyrie, for example, or with Wizard. But it was a risk that I decided to take based on the fact that the Elixir Collector was right there in the middle of the screen. We're gonna start pushing right now from the right side with the Ice Spirit, the Prince, and also the Skeleton. Look at that! The Ice Spirit give me enough time to deploy my Prince and do some kind of damage against the tower in the top right corner. I'm attacking both towers right now, as you guys can see, right? I'm not trying to focus only one side, I'm trying to attack both lines, so that way my enemy is gonna keep wondering where am I going, alright? Right now we're in trouble. The Giant finally made his way into my base, but now we can counter one more time with the Prince, Skeletons, and Ice Spirit. That combo together works like a charm. If we have Sap, we can definitely take care of that Witch. And that tower in the top left corner is almost in range of a fireball damage, so we should probably be able to destroy that one if we use the fireball. Right now we need to worry about the Giant and the Witch combo because it's deadly. My Barbarians are capable to take care of the Witch. Now we can start pushing. Those Barbarians should be able to take care of the tower in the top left corner, and in the meantime let's see if the tower, the arena tower, and Britney Spears is capable to stop the giant. So far we're doing okay. The prince is charging. Oh, I got stopped by Zap at the last second, but not too bad. We're still alive and holding the ground. We were able to survive those minions that were coming this way, and now the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the miner are becoming a big pain, especially if they use poison. Look at that, tower is down, only 31 seconds to go. We're gonna start pushing back one more time. Ice Spirit, you see the Ice Spirit is so cool. He was able to create that little opening for the prince, so the prince can keep charging. And now we have the upper hand. We got barbarians, got double musketeer, double musketeer pushing, mini P.E.K.K.A. in the middle, but the barbarians are doing so much crazy damage. Not even funny. Just a couple seconds to go, and that tower looks like it's going down. We can easily use a fireball, or yeah, probably fireball will be more than enough. The prince is probably gonna take care of the witch, and I don't remember if the witch goes down first. No, the bridge is still alive, and now we're in trouble. Look at this, the fireball saved me at the last second. So that projectile actually has to be part of this deck. So far the deck is working like a charm, so please let me know which name should we use for this deck, right? This is the Game Hunter signing off with another episode of Clash Royale. I will see you in the next one. Take care, fellas.